If you're looking for a budget graphics card in 2020, the list can be exhausting because there is a lot of competition in the market even in budget graphics cards. So here's the list of top 5 GPUs that I have created just to make it simple for you guys. We'll look at the performance, price, and how far can they go in modern AAA titles. On number 5 we have RX 5500X. This card was released last year in 2019 and there was no competitor at that price point at its release date. But now there are many GPUs close to that proximity. But to this day this card performs very well in AAA titles. But it is a little bit on pricier side, so it may be a deal breaker for you. So let's look into the specification of this card. This card features 1408 cores, base frequency of 1685 MHz, which can boost up to 1845 MHz. And here's how it performs in some games. On number 4 we have GTX 1060 6GB version. This card has been around for quite some time now. In 2016 this card was released at $300 price point. This card was revolutionary and changed the definition of mid-range graphics cards. It's been around 4 years now. Now you can get it around $150 depending on where you live. If you find used one with a good deal, that is always better. This card featured 1208 CUDA cores, clocked at 1506 MHz, which can boost up to 1708 MHz. And here's how it performs in some modern games. On number 3 we have RX 580 8GB version. It was released back in 2017 at the price of $229 and it was directly competing with GTX 1060. But we had advantage of 2 extra GB of VRAM, so comparatively it performed better. And to this day this card is very popular for 1080p gaming. It features 2304 stream processors, base frequency of 1257 MHz, which can boost up to 1340 MHz. And here's how it performs in some games. On number 2 we have RX 574GB version. This card was released back in 2017 with RX 580. You can say that it is an updated version of RX 470, and the very reason this card makes it to second position is because of its price to performance ratio. You can get it around $125, or maybe you'd even find a better deal online. This competes with GTX 1060 3GB version, and it comes with 2048 stream processor, 128 texture unit, and base frequency of 1168 MHz, which can boost up to 1244 MHz. And here's how it performs in some modern games. And finally on number 1 we have GTX 1650 Super. It sits between GTX 1650 and 1660, and its DDR6 memory gives it a huge performance boost. That is the main factor in its getting more FPS than other cards on this list, even having less VRAM compared to some others. It is also very power efficient as it only requires 350 watt power supply, and at that price point it performs really well at 1080p high setting in most of the games. It comes with 1280 CUDA cores, base clock of 1530 MHz, which can boost up to 1725 MHz. And here is how it performs in some modern games. So these were my top 5 picks if you are looking for a budget graphics card. So that is it for this video. See you guys in the next one.